Welcome today to Effective Heart Change. We're doing something a little different. I'm normally the content guy. We take a topic and we dive in. But I want to share with you today a little bit about the rest of what we do around here. There's so many arms to Live Free Ministries, Effective Heart Change. We also are starting right now a program called the Heart Change U, which is going to be more academic in nature. If you're interested in reading some of the books that I've written and some of the different manuals that we've put together, Heart Change U is going to be a more academic enterprise, and it's going to give you a chance to study at a completely different level than we offer here. The first class will actually be on January 31st. For this first series, we're doing a minimal charge. It'll be $25 a class or $250 for the entire session. It's 10 classes. And I'm also throwing in a one-on-one with that. We realize that this first one is going to be a launching pad and it'll be a little bit new, but we're also limiting it to 12 people on the Zoom class, and then I'm also doing a live class. And it kicks off, as I said, January 31st. It'll be at 5:30 Central Time on the Zoom, and it'll be at 7 o'clock Central Time on the in-class meeting. This first one will be called Spiritual Diagnostics. In working with the Omega Project and working with people and doing all of the counseling that I've done, I've found that there are things called spiritual flows that have an incredible impact. We actually did a number of programs at the very beginning of the Effective Heart Change series that actually talked about this. When you see that a person's struggling with bitterness, or they're struggling with rebellion, or they're struggling with different spiritual flows, it tells you much information about them, and it gives you some real insight into how to counsel people. This series, the Heart Change U series, Spiritual Diagnostics 1, will cover that in a much greater detail. And then I'm also going to bring in the greater than materials, because it's interesting that spiritual gifts are driven by core values. And there's an interesting link between the core values and the spiritual flows. And when you're able to put those two together, it gives you a tremendous insight in being able to counsel people and help people. So I want you to be aware of this opportunity. If you're interested in these classes, email me at david@livefreeministries.com or click the link in the description. Another opportunity that I want to share with you, and again, this one is coming up very quickly, January 21 through 23, we're doing a retreat called Vision Quest. This is also going to be going over the greater than materials, which give you an insight into the core values of a person and how that relates in terms of the entire character of a person, and then how they can adjust to life. What are their greatest strengths? What are their greatest weaknesses? What kinds of steps do they need to take? And hopefully coming out of this retreat, we want you to be able to see more about yourself, your purpose, who you are, where you can go, and how you can maximize who Christ has created you to be. These are two amazing opportunities that we want you to know about. We're doing kind of a promo this week. In a couple weeks, we'll be jumping back in with our series, Good Grief, which is going to talk about how to let go of pain when there's not a violator, when there's not a victim. We want you to join us for that, obviously, but we also wanted to share with you these other opportunities. We look forward to seeing you next week on Effective Heart Change.